Hope you're having a good New Year's Eve so far, and here's a little something to add, just a little extra festive cheer to your celebrations. Every year it's been a sort of a tradition of mine to look back and pick out my favorite moments from my videos, whether it's Cinemassacre overall or just AVGN. This time it's just AVGN. So these are just the moments that stuck out to me the most. So be sure to leave a comment and let me know what are your favorite moments from the year. So anyway, here it is, my top 10 favorite AVGN moments of the year, starting with number 10. Goonies 2. This episode was the classic basic format of just picking apart some old NES game, and I always seem to do best when it's a game that's based on a movie, so I was able to throw in some jokes, comparing it to the film, but what made this episode so much fun to write was being able to explain how confusing the game is. There was a lot of material to work with, and a lot to unravel. Roll the clip. Well, cut me a fucking break. I had to get a diving suit so I can climb up down a ladder to find a hidden safe behind a wall, behind a door, behind an invisible door that I moonwalked backwards out of. Then I had to kill some birds until one of them dropped the key. I had to bomb a bunch of random spots on the wall so I could find hyper shoes. I had to jump across a bunch of poop platforms, slide around on ice, as if anyone ever liked that trope. Then I had to fill up my health by Konami Man. Yes, Konami Man. Unless you hit him, in which he'll never forget it and never give you health ever again for the rest of the game. That's true. I had to swim around in a bunch of underwater caverns and meet creatures from the Black Lagoon and fight a bunch of dragons. Remember the Gillman and dragons from Goonies? Of course you don't. Because this is Goonies 2. I had to go through one secret room to get to another secret room to get to another one and another and another and another and another and another. All to rescue your friends, and think about how disturbing that is. There's kids in cages with talk of being killed in an NES game. That is fucking dark. Number 9, Glover. This was one of the weirdest games on the N64, one that I never played until this episode. It was a popular request going back many years. I actually used to confuse it with Super Glove Ball, and since that made me think of the Power Glove, it reminded me that I have the N64 Reality Quest Glove, which I doubt many people know of, so I was happy to introduce it. If the pirate ships were the 8th circle of hell, this is certainly the 9th. Maybe what I need is the Power Glove. I don't mean the NES Power Glove. I mean the N64 Power Glove. You think I'm kidding? Do you think I'm kidding? Yeah, you didn't know! You didn't know the Nintendo 64 had the Reality Quest Glove! Yeah, now let's crank it up to 11. Smell the glove! Yeah! Number 8, what's the best Castlevania game? This was basically the 20th anniversary episode. I decided to go back to my roots and revisit the topic that started the whole thing, Castlevania. So I reassessed my thoughts on Symphony of the Night, Rondo of Blood, all that, and compared them all. It was really fun playing through all these games again. It was by far the most hours spent on the gameplay of all the episodes this year. In fact, I started recording these games a few years ago, mainly Symphony of the Night. So I really enjoyed being able to dive into one of my favorite franchises once again. Some things stay the same, and Castlevania 4 is still my favorite. And other things vary, such as my complex thoughts about Castlevania 2. Even though it pissed me off, I was still able to look back at it again and realize there's much I appreciate. So I can change my mind a little, but one thing I can say If it wasn't for Simon's Quest, you might not have ever known about me, and I might not have ever known about you. Why else would I still be doing this? This battle against shitty games has been quite a ride, and all the memories created since, to me, have gone far beyond just Castlevania. This has been 20 years and counting, so Godspeed and fuckballs. Number 7, Blaster Master. This was one of the games I used to play a lot as a kid, so it was a fun walk down memory lane for me. Even though in the plot of the episode, the nerd has an AI controller, similar to the beat a game button, if you remember that, except that it's not instantaneous. It just automatically guides the nerd through the game. But the fact is, I had to pick a game that I could actually beat because I obviously needed the footage. So I had to actually beat the game for real. Although there is one trick I used, which works on occasion. When you shoot the boss, or some of the bosses, you pause and then it spams the weapon. So there's that. But the moment to highlight here, or at least the first moment that stands out to me, is when I do the ABCs, Nick Cage style. You also got to keep your life meter full. Just look for the letter P for power. You know, in these retro games, that's all you're doing all the time is collecting letters. It's all alphabetical, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Huh? That's all you have to do! Number 6, My Horse Prince. This is one of the most ridiculous games I've ever played. I mean, it's a dating game with a horse. It's crazy. The model for this episode was Hong Kong 97 and Big Rigs. I wanted to do another episode like those where I just pick the most absurd game I can find and then react to it. Also, since it's a mobile game, I had the ability to walk around the room. Usually when the nerd is playing a console, I'm kind of restricted to sitting here on the couch. But here I figured, hey, why not walk around the room since you have to play the game on the phone anyway? This meant I could show more angles of the room and have some more dynamic camera work. Also, the idea of the nerd using a modern piece of technology gave me more opportunity to show the nerd struggling with that technology, and then in the end, reverting back to his old school ways. But if I were to pick the most absurd moment from the game, it would have to be this. This is an image I never expected to see. I would have never imagined this in my wildest nightmares. How is this scene supposed to be interpreted? Is it trying to be romantic, or is the horse trying to kill her? I mean, the hoof is smashing the wall. First of all, could you lower that hoof and calm down a little? I would have died if he was an inch closer. Oh my God, the horse's hoof almost went right through her fucking skull. Number 5, Nosferatu. This is one of those games that seems awesome when you first start playing, and then you realize it's insanely frustrating. I usually push myself to beat whatever game I'm trying to review, but this one, I just couldn't do it. I was stuck on level 3 for a whole day, and I tried and tried. And as I said in the episode, I used a stage select code, and I still couldn't beat any of the other levels. It's amazing how they never give you any weapons at all, so the whole game, you use your fists. Holy shit! Can you kill a vampire in hand-to-hand combat? Is that part of the lore? Did they ever establish that in the original Nosferatu film? It has awful, unpredictable controls, not enough checkpoints, no extra lives, cheap traps. If you have anxiety, this is a game that a doctor would tell you to avoid. It's one of the most nerve-wracking pieces of shit on the Super Nintendo. By all definitions, this is Nosferatu, the insufferable one. Number 4, SimCity. One of the biggest blessings with the nerd videos is that I can review good games every now and then, as long as I have something unique to say. With this one, I couldn't help but think of the Twilight Zone episode, The Little People, where the guy finds a race of tiny people and starts acting like a god to them. So in this episode, the nerd gets all power hungry and starts dismantling everything. When I was writing it, I was so excited to film it. Then they complain about housing costs. What am I supposed to do about that? You can never win. You fix one thing, then they get pissed off about something else. Oh, you want lower taxes? Okay, I lowered the fucking taxes. Oh, what is it now? Unemployment? Okay, here's some commercial and industrial zones. Oh, you still not happy? What's the problem now? Crime? Pollution? You want another stadium? You know what? You can all go fuck yourselves! Yeah, you fuckers! How do you like that? Want some tornadoes? Earthquakes? I'll give you the works! Bowser's gonna take you to hell! And if I haven't already made it clear, let me spell it out. Fuck you! Let's see what the citizens think of me now. Oh shit! My approval rating went up! Ho ho ho! Number 3, Deja Vu. I've always wanted to shoot something in the style of a classic 1940s film noir, you know, black and white with the voiceover and all that. It was real important to me to emulate the lighting of one of those films, and that's something I should give myself more credit for. I'm really good with lighting, especially inexpensive lighting. I'm very resourceful. I set up all those lights and did that all myself. It was a lot of extra work, but at least I didn't have to remember my lines because it was voiceover. What I love about the nerd episodes is that I can change them up episode to episode, so I never really repeat myself, but at the same time, I keep them rooted the same way. Making nerd episodes is like a ritual to me. It's the same process. I play the game, I write the script, and I film it myself usually. It stays the same to the point where when I'm making a new episode, I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to the old episodes. So it is like deja vu in a way. I started to feel woozy, like the world was spinning. Was it the drink? No. I realized it was the feeling of blind nostalgia. Even though the game had shitty aspects, it had some redeeming traits and was rather captivating. I couldn't help but fall under that good old NES spell. I stumbled back into my nerd lair as my senses began to fail me, my brain shrouded in that same childhood fog. I grabbed my zapper. I took aim, remembering all the heartaches the game had brought me. I could hear it telling me how it had no choice. It did what it needed to do. I could have given this baby a fair judgment. I could have said, hey, it wasn't that bad. But since this is a nerd episode, somebody had to take the fall, and it wasn't gonna be me. So long, sweetheart. Number 2, Blaster Master. Okay, so that's right. Another moment from the Blaster Master episode. The one that sticks out to me here was the cliffhanger that leads into the next episode. So that entire end sequence where the artificial intelligence that helps the nerd beat the game becomes a living entity that takes over the room. I got my buddy John to play the villain, AI Man, and I wanted this to be the mother of all cliffhangers, to hype the return of the glitch gremlin. For me, this is special because I'm working with my old friends who I've known since the 90s, and here we are, still goofing around. Some things never change. Why are all my games beating themselves?
I am your virtual AI assistant.
Where are you?
You'll be the ultimate master in every game. Now you don't have to be angry all the time.
No, the most important aspect about any game is being able to play it. What am I, gonna go work an office job? That's not meant for me.
With each moment I learn, I improve.
Your system will fail. You will glitch.
Nothing can stop AI, man.
I need help. I need glitches. Glitches. Number 1, Game Glitches, the Legacy sequel. What can I say about this one? Last year, I went big on the Halloween episode, and this year, I went big on the Christmas episode. I flew in my friends, Kevin and Nicolette, and even though I wrote the script beforehand, we still added a lot of lines on the day of and did a great deal of improving. So I wanted this to be like a legacy sequel and really tap into the nostalgia of the Glitch Gremlin returning after such a long period. This was without a doubt the biggest episode of the year. It was pretty much the main thing I was working on throughout the fall season. I would love to tell you more about this episode, but there's too much to say, so I'm going to make a separate behind the scenes video coming up. I really hope you enjoyed this one. It was more of a story-based episode and something I'm really passionate about. So, which moment do I pick? I don't know. I guess the whole video. So here's the digest version.
You see, the glitches don't work the same anymore. Sure, back then, I could put Mario's head up his ass, whatever. But nowadays, there's more testing, more community feedback, and then there's all the patches and the updates. They ran me out.
You win, nerd. I'm doing this all for you.
No, I'm leaving. The room is yours.
Yeah, okay. Go to that office job.
There was a giant man named the Nerd, and he gave me an offer to glitch video games again.
Why don't you?
Not with the young one on the way and everything, it just seems, not stable.
There's nothing more unstable for this family than you not living your dream. After all, a world without glitches would be a terrible thing.
Maybe we're not meant to do what our grandfathers did. Maybe we should do what's meant for us.
Yeah. One thing I know is we're not meant to be here.
Yeah, let's go back to doing our thing. I've been itching for some glitching.
Let's do it.
Hey, jackass! I'm coming for your nuts!
You can't handle these nuts.
Sick of Gremlin.
I'm back, bitches! It's time for more glitches!
Come on, let's do it.
Glitch!
Yeah!
I still got it!
That was not a glitch. It was just a fluke.
Dude, he's in the air. He's in the fucking air. There you go! There you go! Oh, whoa!
This guy thought he was going to a luau, but I sent him to limbo. Limbo, 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 limbo.
The PlayStation 5? Oh shit, this game's amazing!
Yeah, it's awesome game!
It's
Let's
amazing!
get bigger!
Don't worry, nerd.
my
I'm
God.
coming to help.
Get him! Gremlin, you alright? Can we glitch this one?
The game's already a year old, so they already patched all the glitches.
That's right. Those fuckers.
Let's glitch some fucking games.
Whoa, what is going on there?
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. My hands are back here and I'm floating, and I'm not touching you. Can't be mad.
What is the logic? No one can explain. But Gremlin, you've really outdone yourself with this one. You'd think this is a feature in the game. Unlock all the suits. I like the silver medal one. Kind of reminds me of Michael Jackson.
Don't you know I'm glitching? I'm glitching! You know it! You know!
Oh shit, is that a keypad on his ass?
You'll give a new meaning to the phrase, butt dial.
Oh! Woohoo!
We did it, nerd!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy all the new content coming up, both Nerd and other Cinemassacre projects. I have a book that's almost done. I have an album that's almost done. I've been writing another screenplay. So if you want to know what I've been up to, I'm always keeping busy doing the things I love. So best of luck with all your own projects and endeavors as well, and I hope you have a happy new year.